Are you ever sitting at home wishing you can die, and you're thinking to yourself, I wonder what it would be like to just drown in sand, have it fill my lungs so much that I want to just not be able to breathe anymore? Well, I've got a world for you. Because in Miserable One, the second world in the spiral journey you go on is called Crocotopia, and it is full of sand. If you're not the best fan of sand, like, that famous dude from Star Trek, Anakin Skyflop, you could just be there. You'd be like, hey, I really like fucking crocodiles, because there's a lot of crocodiles there. Maybe that's why it's called Crocotopia. I don't know. But I mean, like, the main boss of the world is like based on Cleopatra, but like Cleopatra used to like sleep with dudes and then like kill them in the morning. So like what does that mean about this children's game? Like if I go and fight Crocopatra, is she gonna like fucking like kill me the morning after? Like, do I really want to be doing this? Did y'all ever like know that one kid that was like really into eating sand? Because like I knew this kid who's just like really eating sand on the playground, and like everybody knew like you don't fucking play with sand on the playground because it's like full of cat piss, because the local cats are like, what up, giant litter box, and this kid would just fucking eat them. And I'm wondering what he's doing now. He's probably like a lawyer or something. But like, do you ever come back from being known as the kid who eats sand? Like, is that something you come back from? Anyways, back to Crocotopia. I think it's a pretty okay world. I mean, it could use some more refreshments. Like, I felt very parched throughout it. Like, I was like, damn, I just really could use a drink. Also, something that makes me uncomfortable about it is that weird boat bit where you have to go from, like, the mainland to, like, that secondary land. Why does nothing like that, like, ever happen again in the entirety of Wizard 101? Like, what the fuck? Like, I want to ride boats. Let me fucking ride boats, okay? Anyways, back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 3. I think an important thing to address with this world is that it takes the furry part of Wizard 101 to a whole new level, because, all the worlds have animals, and then you get to, like, this one, and you're like, well, I don't know if it's okay to be attracted to these characters, because they're technically scalies, and you're like, well, am I into it? And then the answer most of the time is probably not. But there's nothing much you can do about it, because it's like, well, my pants are already off. I might as well get this done and over with. But it has nothing to do with the storyline, so let's just only keep it minimally in the end rating. Another thing about this world is that it has very bland clothing. I mean, it's nothing to write home about. It's like looking at the most boring outfit ever, but you're like kind of into it. Like, you're like, okay, it makes sense for the setting, but could you like add a little oomph, a little jazz, a little rat tat tat? Like, it's boring. It's just plain. You could do better. You could do better, Crocotopia. You could do better with your fucking clothes, okay? So my final review for Crocotopia is that it's okay. I mean, I'm not too hyped about it. Like, it's like nothing too great. I mean, if someone's like, "Hey, do you want to go on a trip to Crocotopia?" and I was like all cozy in my bed and I had like crackers and a big fuzzy blanket, I would not get out of bed just to go. Like, even if it's a fictional world, I'd be like, I mean, I already have these crackers. I'm not gonna get up just to see this sand-filled place. And so that's why my final rating is gonna be a 6 out of 10. Like, you have to be at least an 8 out of 10 to get me out of bed, like with my crackers, because at that point it's not even worth it. This has been an Amber Hawksby review of Crocotopia. If you would like to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button. I can assure you, you will be disappointed. Have a nice night.